Bengaluru's infrastructure woes back in focus. Whether it's Andhra's IT Minister Nara Lokesh and the BJP taking a dig at Bengaluru's infrastructure against the backdrop of the big Google investment in Visakhapatnam, or it's Bengaluru citizens telling the government to stop collecting property taxes till it gets roads and drainage in order, or even social media posts by industry icons like Biocon chief Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, the heat is clearly on the political establishment to solve the city's problems, Vasudha.
That's right, Veera. The government, starting with Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, has pushed back and they've said that they are doing everything possible to solve problems and that the city's ecosystem remains firm and strong. They even took the offensive to industry leaders, lamenting about the problem, demanding to know what they have done to help solve the city's infrastructure problems. And they've argued that such unfair targeting of the city only hurts the brand image.
That's right, Vasudha. First, let's listen in to that exchange between Andhra's Nara Lokesh, that dig that he took earlier in the day after getting that big investment from Google to Visakhapatnam, and Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar.
A lot of clarity, thought we are competing with other states. If they are inefficient, what can I do? If their own industrialists are saying that the infrastructure is bad, there's severe power cuts, and they themselves are saying that, then they should first focus on attending to those problems rather than taking on me on Twitter. I'm not here for a Twitter war. I'm here to attract investments for my state, and I work exceptionally hard for it. And I believe there's nothing wrong in competition. I mean, they had the audacity to spend close to 500 crores, plus another 200 crores of fine that we are now paying. NGT ka fine bhi hai uske upar. So 700 crores they spent on one person's palace, but they couldn't bring one meaningful company to Visakhapatnam.
I don't want to react to Nara Lokesh or anyone. You can't match Karnataka, Bangalore infrastructure, Bangalore human resources, Bangalore innovation, Bangalore startups, what 25 lakh people are working here, with 2 lakh foreigners working here. What has Bangalore contributed to all the growth here? And we are giving 39% to 40% of the revenue to the central government. I don't want to commit with him. For them, they are marketing themselves. Let them do whatever they want.
Well, Veera, that exchange just added fuel to the embarrassing comments by industry icons and citizen voices lamenting about Bengaluru's infrastructure problems.
That's right, Vasudha. In fact, some citizen groups are even demanding that the government suspend collecting property taxes till it can get the roads and drainage systems in order in areas like the Vartur area of the city, which is notorious for the crumbling infrastructure mess there. All of it leading to a Congress versus BJP exchange as well in the state. Listen in.
Doing a tweet is killing themselves. They are hurting their own country where they were last 25 years. It is this Bangalore has contributed everything to them. What is it they are doing? I don't want to question them. I am telling you, you should be patient. If you want to tweet, blackmailers, threateners, it is left to them. But we are there. We are a progressive government. We are a positive government. Why did the Prime Minister tell that this is a global city? They are working against the Prime Minister. They are working against the state. There is a limitation for everything. Let there be patience. How they have grown, where they were, first let them go. If you forget the root, you will not get the fruit. The root is Bangalore and Karnataka and the people of Karnataka.
There is no good roads in Bangalore. Even in total Karnataka, there are lakhs of potholes in the roads. There is no spoon spilling of traffic. When the press people ask Priyank Karye, he is telling that why the traffic is more means there is a tremendous development in Bengaluru. Is this the way they talk? This is number one. Number two, because of all these development, that artificial intelligence company has went to Andhra Pradesh. Nobody recommended to go there. That is
poor infra in Bangalore is driving them to
because of this poor infrastructure, they went to Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
As a resident of Delhi, I wonder what you think of Bengaluru's infrastructure problem. Vasudha, But Bengaluru, is it being unfairly targeted, or is its infrastructure beginning to hurt investments and brand Bengaluru? Are states like Andhra simply fishing in troubled waters when making comments about the city's infrastructure? That's our focus this evening. Joining us this evening, Samrudh Hegde of the Congress, Deepak Reddy Gunapati of the TDP, Bhaskar Rao of the BJP, Shrikant Iyer, CEO of Homelane, and the voice of the startup ecosystem in Bengaluru. We'll also have urban governance expert Sridhar Pabbi Shetty on the show. Thanks to all you gentlemen for joining us here this evening. Samrudh Hegde, is brand Bengaluru under threat because of the city's infrastructure woes? And is the political establishment deflecting responsibility by questioning those raising the concerns as blackmailing instead of getting their act together?
Veera, firstly, I would like to greatly appreciate the nature of the audit being conducted about Bengaluru. And I assure you that we have a government that is open to such feedback and we act on it. And I really hope that such kind of standards applicable to Bengaluru are also applicable to all cities in India. India would greatly progress. And yes, the state government must be held accountable for Bengaluru, but the tone matters. Constant carping is not going to change anything. Constructive criticism along with acknowledgement of progress would greatly help brand Bengaluru. And we have a long way to go. Bengaluru needs continuous, ongoing upgrades and systemic changes. And we can't expect a one-time miracle solution. And haven't we initiated such upgrades? Be it the systemic change through the Greater Bangalore Authority, the Beyond Bengaluru initiative. We have covered 5,000 plus potholes in the last few months. Apps have been launched. Citizen consultations have been initiated. New projects taken up. And I truly don't understand this effort to pit one state against another for clout. Shouldn't we all be happy if India gets investments? Google's investment in Andhra Pradesh can hardly be an indicator of Karnataka's development economic story. 50% of the FDI coming into India comes into Karnataka and Maharashtra. Karnataka topped the list in FDI investments. We have received 10.7
Deepak Reddy Gunapati, respond to that. The fact that you may have got one investment but no match to Bangalore, they say. Before I get to Bhaskar Rao.
Yeah, let me start off by saying in the first 14 months of our government, we have attracted more than 13 lakh crores of investment in Andhra Pradesh. So it's not just one project here as some of them are talking about. Lokesh ji has absolutely made it clear that in Andhra Pradesh, we have double engine bullet train sarkar. And one thing I would like to tell Veera, which is really shocking, on the day when the Google agreement was getting signed, people from some other state have called them and said, can you come to our state? So what do you call this? Isn't this scavenging? On the day when it was getting signed. But our minister Lokesh ji never used any inappropriate language. But he said it's good. You should always compete. And once we are competing for the future of our country. So that's the spirit we need to go about. Unlike some politicians from Karnataka who don't even know how to speak and use impolite language. So that is something what I would like to condemn in the prima facie. Why is that people are coming to Andhra Pradesh is because we have an industry-friendly policy. Right. We have sector-specific policies. And Lokesh ji has clearly said if one big industry comes, we are going to go behind their ancillary units also and get the entire ecosystem. So we are working with the industry for them to
many
flourish.
Would say that the BJP, TDP are part of the NDA alliance. They require each other for their own strength. And the Congress party in Karnataka, the ruling state government, is being unfairly targeted. How would you respond to that?
Vasudha, let me spill the beans here. The actual problem here is not complaining about Andhra Pradesh or Lokesh ji. But there is certain inherent problem in Karnataka, which we are not talking about. But I would like to quote a few points. There is a game of chairs going on in Karnataka for the CM post. And Karnataka is being led by the Congress party. Wherever there is an election in India, the Congress party is bleeding Karnataka for the expenditure of the states of elections in other parts of India.
All right, Deepak, hold your thought because I want to see how Bhaskar Rao navigates this. He's been a former police officer who has been the head of Bengaluru police force. He knows the city and its infrastructure problems very, very well. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, how do you negate this? I mean, is it really unfair targeting and politics that's hurting brand Bengaluru's image? Or are the concerns raised by the BJP genuine in the interest of the city?
If you look at the scorecard between Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, weather-wise, Bangalore stands apart. Technological pool, Bangalore stands apart. But the aggressive way in which the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and the IT Minister, they have ensured that this huge 15 billion investment goes away from Bangalore to Visakhapatnam, which is not even Hyderabad. In fact, we should recall how Chandrababu Naidu used to compete in early 2000 with SM Krishna for investment. Some used to come to Karnataka, some used to go to Andhra Pradesh over there. But now he has really shown that even Visakhapatnam is overtaking Bangalore as regarding new investments are concerned, which is not a good sign. And there are few reasons which are very blatant. First of all, there is a fight for leadership. Google won't know whom to be with because there is going to be a change in leadership. Then the potholes over here, full infrastructure, and the kind of support and attraction which Andhra Pradesh is giving. The industries minister, nor the chief minister, nor the brilliant IT minister, all three of them have terribly failed in ensuring that this investment could have been retained in Karnataka. So we all feel bad, but what to do? Andhra Pradesh has scored a march over Karnataka as regards showcasing, attracting, persuading, and cajoling and ensuring that Google comes to Visakhapatnam instead of not even Hyderabad. They're taken it to Visakhapatnam. So
But Mr. Bhaskar Rao,
political commitment they have.
Bhaskar Rao, some would argue that the Google's decision was based on the fact that it was on the eastern seacoast. They needed undersea cabling, etc. Let me keep the politics out. Let me very quickly, Vasudha, get Shrikant Iyer into it. Shrikant, Bangalore's infrastructure is a problem, but is it being unfairly projected as a huge problem which is turning into a big nightmare for the investment ecosystem in the city? Can it really destroy Bengaluru's brand image so much that investment actually shifts to other states and cities?
So you're on.
Shrikant, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I do think that this is definitely a warning sign for Bengaluru. I am a diehard Bengaluru fan. Don't been here all my life. All my startups have been started in Bengaluru. I do think that this is definitely a warning sign. Bengaluru is not just about infrastructure, which is all right now. It's also about the whole ecosystem. It's about funding. It's about talent. It's about networking that you can actually do to make your startup successful in Bengaluru. I do think that while this is a big warning sign, one swallow does not make a summer. Bengaluru is obviously much, much ahead of any other city. Including Hyderabad. I know that this is more about Vizag because that's where the project has gone. But it's far ahead compared in FDI inflow coming in. But I think we should take it in the right spirit, look at it as a big warning, and see how we can turn this around.
Warning is what
clearly this is a big warning.
But Sridhar Prabhishetty, as somebody who lives in Delhi, I've often said this, I feel quite jealous that people in Bengaluru are speaking with a sense of difference. I do feel that in other cities, people are quite indifferent about civic issues. But do you feel that Bengaluru is being unfairly targeted, sir? Because from school children to industry leaders, everybody is speaking about infrastructure problems. Is the situation so bad?
Yeah, so there are two perspectives here. The first one is we need to separate out the Google AI investment. As earlier mentioned, there is proximity to the sea. That's the advantage for Vizag, right? We are very far away from the sea. So that kind of plays into it. At the same time, Andhra Pradesh is aggressive. They are able to give deep discounts. They are able to kind of make the cost cheaper for Google, right? So one investment does not change the attractiveness of Bengaluru. We should understand that. The technological capability, the innovation capability is far ahead. We are a globally competitive city, right? So congratulations to Vizag on winning this. Good luck to them. They should also grow. And we as a nation should grow. We have to compete globally. We have to compete globally on all aspects, and we can think beyond Bengaluru as far as this is concerned. Having said that, we should all put our heads together. And as I said earlier in the previous debate that I came, of saying that why can't we collectively fix the simple problems that we are plagued with? And this is essential. We have to take strong notice of this. We have to put our heads together. The government has to become far more open up and say that, yes, we will put in accountability better than we have done in the past. The accountability measures does not inspire confidence. It's not just about the new contractors who will be held accountable. What about the contractors who were given the tenders 3 years ago? What about their defect liability period? We have to bring that in as well. So the code, we write the best, we write globally best code, the talent, the innovation capital, the entire ecosystem. Bangalore is top notch and globally competitive. Just that the governance, we should get it right to be equally competitive. We can't slack off on that.
Right.
And this is something that I'm saying.
I'll take that question to Samrudh. I'll take that point that you're making to Samrudh Hegde. But before that, to Bhaskar Rao, one of the allegations is that because it's the BJP and TDP in an alliance, there is an unfair favoritism that the BJP shows towards Andhra and not helping Karnataka get enough investment. So if a Google goes to Andhra, it's as much the BJP to blame as the Congress is to blame, is the argument posed by the Congress. Respond.
Sir, I would not agree with you because see, Google is an international company and it will not become a part of politics. See, they will go to a place where they are comfortable, where their people are comfortable, where they have got good infrastructure. As of now, we are not having that kind of a congenial industrial atmosphere. Political atmosphere also is toxic at present here. And on account of that, it must be a decision after a concert. So no need to see, okay, I agree with other speakers. Bangalore's pride can never be taken away. And as Mr. Iyer said, we have though we may be legacy, we have our strength, but there is hope to improve. At present, those things are not coming into the being. And for all the wrong reasons, we are present here. So probably that would have influenced
Samrudh Hegde, how do you respond to that? He's saying that it's not politics to blame. It's not alliances that's making us do better things. It's just your policies.
No, see, it is not politics. After all, the country is one at the end of the day. And
Samrudh
Google will
Hegde,
take it in its own good interest.
The way the arguments of the BJP and PDP are being framed is that every single investment entering into India should enter Karnataka. I mean, 50% of it is anyway coming to Maharashtra and Karnataka. But the way it's being framed is that every investment should come to Karnataka. Now, we don't know why Google chose Visakhapatnam. They may have their reasons. There may be some technical reasons for the same. But let us not forget that we have maximum migration into Bengaluru. That is because of economic growth. And in the tax devolution, we are the biggest contributors. Our tax, we are receiving only 40% of our revenue back to us. What about the investment coming in from Volvo, from 15 Japanese firms, from Glam Semiconductors? Over 10.3 lakh crores has come into Karnataka in just 1 year. What about that? There is no replacement for Bangalore in India. There is probably no replacement for Bangalore in Asia. That is the kind of city, that is the kind of ecosystem we have. Yes, we do have some municipal issues, and that is also because we have 3 MPs from the BJP over the last 20 years. What have they brought to Bengaluru? They have delayed the BBMP elections. Over the last 5 years, we have not had a BBMP councillor here. Who's to blame for that?
Deepak,
and haven't we initiated the Greater Bengaluru Authority?
You are sitting on the chair for last 2.5 years. Conduct it, no. Conduct it.
Yes, we have started it.
Deepak, I think everyone agrees that the Bengaluru infrastructure is an issue, whereas the ecosystem perhaps still is resilient enough. But I just want to get the last word in from TDP. Deepak, two questions to you and very brief answers to it. One, is it fair for one state to point to problems in another? Because if states start doing this to each other in terms of portraying the other as bad instead of how good they are, it could become detrimental, A. And B, is there a friendly advice as somebody from the neighboring state to Bengaluru? You must be equally concerned about Bengaluru because I'm sure there's a lot of business that comes to Andhra from Bengaluru.
They can piggyback on our success.
Yeah. Let me get one thing clear. Telugu living in Karnataka are, I think, almost 1 crore of people who have Telugu speaking people there. And our history goes back hundreds of years. We have no problem between the states or the people. Here, the issue is with the Congress party and its leadership. When people started complaining about the issues they were facing, the attitude of the politicians of the Congress party is they started attacking the people. They started attacking the business leaders. And you know, I've seen some videos of children facing problem going to school. Now, are they going to attack the children? It is the attitude. And on the other hand, if you see Lokesh Ji, he says any complaint is a complaint which we would take seriously. So it is the attitude of two governments here and two leaders here. This is what we need to look at.
Okay.
And the competition is healthy, and we are competing for the future growth of India. Now that's the way we would like to look at it.
Okay. 10 seconds each to the two Bengalurians on the show who are non-political. First to you, Shrikant, 10 seconds. What do you make of this political discussion?
I mean, I don't want to get into politics, not my cup of tea, but I think the fact is that the Bangalore has grown too fast for its own good, and that's why we are in this situation. But it's a good problem to have. It's better that you are the front runner in the race than not be the front runner in the race. So I would still root for Bangalore to solve the infrastructure problems and to emerge on top.
Sridhar, 10 seconds, last word to you.
It's been 1,866 days since we have had mayor in Bangalore city. We can't govern a city like this without having an elected mayor. This has to be all our collective number one priority. We should get the 54th or set of 54th mayors, because we're going to have 5 different mayors. We should give them complete authority to run their jurisdiction and solve the municipal problem. Macro level, we are one of the states where we have started thinking beyond Bengaluru, far ahead of others. So we have the macro engines firing, the micro engines at the city level. There is no excuse for us to delay anymore. We should get the next set of mayors as soon as possible, and we should give them all the power to drive them. That's how global cities are made. The New York mayor is not a piddly guy. The California mayor is not a piddly guy. So the leadership should be from bottom up, and we should allow that to thrive and lead Bengaluru.
All right. Thanks very much to all 5 of you for joining us.